Good evening, everybody, and welcome in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth, as always, is Tim Henderson, and we are live here at the Lucas Oil Speedway for the League of Outlaws IMCA style stock cars. Do have cars out on the racetrack for a open qualifying session. It's got about 3 minutes left. Let's check the top of the board right now. The number 33 machine, Mr. A.J. Hunsinger, at the top of the speed chart with a 1777. Right behind him is the 515 of Chris Cox. The 07 machine of Christian White with a 1782. Him and Chris all had the same time. So far, we have not seen the Murphy brothers yet. I say that, and they are on the speedway now. They were quick, the top two cars in the practice session just a second ago. Tim, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing just wonderful. How about yourself, bud?
I'm doing fantastic. Finally getting better from being sick. I've been battling that for a week, so still not 100%, but feeling pretty good. No surprise, there's both the Murphy brothers up to second and third on the speed charts with a 1780 and a 1782. We're looking at the number one machine of Jared Murphy as he works his way around the racetrack. If you're watching along with us here on the Buckeye Racing Network, as always, let us know in the chat who you're rooting for. We always like to take a look and see who you're pulling for tonight. We'll have about 10 cars on the racetrack. The 22 machine, I think, is about the only one left running laps. That's Thomas Levester. I think he's going to go ahead and pull it in, too. But a pretty close qualifying session. Times ranging from a 1777 to an 1801, so within a quarter of a second, everybody is. Tim, what's your expectations as we get into tonight with the IMCA style stock cars?
A little rubbing and a little racing.
Oh,
I want to know if someone can knock the Murphy boys off their pedestal.
yeah, that's good. That's something good to watch for tonight for sure. You know, they seem to dominate the IMCA style stuff, whether they're in the stock cars or the modifieds. So we shall see. I mean, Hunsinger puts a really good qualifying time out there, so that's going to start him up front in his heat race. We're going to have two heats tonight and a feature event later on.
I wouldn't count Chris Cox or Christian White out of this equation either. They're right there along with the Murphy boys.
I agree with you. I think any of these guys have a shot. You know, these cars got fenders on them, so I do expect a little bit of beating and banging as we get into tonight. All right, and AJ Hunsinger is going to set the pole time tonight with a 1777. Our qualifying session just got wrapped up. We'll take a look real quick at the grid of the first heat. We got 5 cars that's going to start the heat. On the pole, AJ Hunsinger in the 33 machine. To the outside is going to be James Murphy in the 65. Row 2, the 07 of Christian White and the 22 of Thomas Levester. Shotgun starter, Bo Reddy in the 38 machine. All right. Pace truck's rolling. We got a couple laps of pacing here before we start this first heat off. 5 cars for 8 laps. Everybody moves on to the A main later. I couldn't get my words out.
It's gonna be interesting. I want to know where the dominant line's gonna be.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't seen anybody run too high. It seems to be the low to the middle part of the racetrack, for sure. I mean, this track can widen out. I'm not sure if it will widen out a ton as we get in to the racing activities here. Heat in the hands of AJ Hunsinger. Out of turn 4 on the gas. Green flag is in the air for heat number 1. Down into turn 1 and 2. Hunsinger slides up the racetrack a little bit. Keeps the lead, and I think that was James Murphy that went really high and lost 2 positions. Now he's back and forth on the outside of the 22 machine, and the caution flag has come out. Not sure what for. All 5 cars are running just fine. Maybe something with the start, you think, Tim?
I would have to imagine so.
Yeah, because I mean, there wasn't really any contact made with anybody, so maybe the admins just decided something was off with that start, so rack them back up here.
I'm not sure what the yellow was going for.
AJ Hunsinger back on the gas, green flag back in the air. He leads James Murphy down into turn 1 and 2. The 07 machine of Christian White working the inside part of the racetrack, gets past Levister. Levister in 4th, Reedy back in 5th. And James Murphy is all over the tail of AJ Hunsinger into turn number 1. To the inside.
Working that bottom in 1 and 2. Let's see if we can put a run together after following them through 3 and 4. Back to the top.
Both cars running the top. Murphy is right there. If Hunsinger makes a slight mistake, he's going to capitalize on it, that's for sure. All cars single file. Murphy's right on the tail of Hunsinger. You see Bo Reddy got a little high through 1 and 2 there at the tail end of that camera shot. He gathers it back in. Murphy, big slide job from James there into turn 1. Hunsinger's going to cross him over down the back and into 3.
Crossover at the line, they're dead even.
Another big slider from James into the 1. Crossover from Hunsinger out of 2 and into turn number 3.
Wow. That even to the line. 1 to go.
What a battle here for the win in heat number 1. Hunsinger crossing over like he's done the past couple laps down into turn 3. Who's going to get it?
Not enough. It's going to be a drag race. James up in the front, in the wall.
Wow, what a finish to heat number 1. James squeaks it out by 0.03 of a second over AJ Hunsinger. I think that's one of the closest finishes we've had here on the Buckeye Racing Network, regardless of whether it was a heat or a feature. Awesome racing by those 2 drivers.
By a fender.
Literally by a fender. Heat number 2's grid looks like this. Jared Murphy in the 1 machine on the inside of row 1. Chris Cox in the 515 on the outside of row 1. Row number 2 is going to be Robert Floyd in the 02 machine on the inside. Trevor Doyle in the 024 on the outside. Shotgun starter, Aiden Schulte in the 3. All righty, 5 cars again for 8 laps. Nobody has anything to worry about. Everybody gets to run in the feature.
Pace truck is off. It's a long way to the restart zone.
Jared Murphy's on the gas. Green flag is in the air for heat number 2, and Chris Cox is fighting awful hard down into turn 1 on the outside. Well, everybody looks like they're going to try to work the top side of the speedway except for Aiden Schulte. He was on the inside there through 3 and 4. Chris Cox is looking a little bit lower, but nothing doing. Trevor Doyle looking to the inside of Robert Floyd for 3rd.
Just needs to be a little bit closer, I think. And we'll have a battle as we did in Heat 1.
Battle is on for 3rd on the racetrack. The 024 machine of Trevor Doyle just slid Robert Floyd in 3 and 4. Robert Floyd's looking to repay that favor here in 1 and 2. A little bit of contact there in the center of 1 and 2. Trevor Doyle turns it back underneath and gets around. Chris Cox is right on the rear bumper of Jared Murphy. Robert Floyd went wide, is going to lose the position to Aiden Schulte for 4th. That slides him back to 5th. Wow, these two are running so close together. If Jared makes any mistake at all, Chris is going to be able to capitalize on it. Trevor Doyle settling comfortably into 3rd. Schulte and Floyd's battling for 4th.
Right here is 1 to go. Let's see what Chris Cox can do. Is he gonna pull last turn slide?
One more set of corners for Chris Cox. He's going to enter low, trying to slide up.
Not enough.
Jared Murphy is going to win heat number 2. Chris Cox is going to finish 2nd. Trevor Doyle 3rd. Aiden Schulte 4th. Robert Floyd in 5th. Yeah, he sure tried. There's no doubting that. Rolling right into our feature event tonight. 10 cars for 30 laps. And we got a Murphy brother front row. James to the inside, Jared on the outside. Row number 2, AJ Hunsinger in the 33. Chris Cox in the 515. Row 3, Christian White in the 07, Trevor Doyle in the 024. Row number 4 is Thomas Levister in 7th, Aiden Schulte in 8th. Row 5, Bo Reddy and Robert Floyd. All right, 10 cars for 30 laps here at Lucas Oil. Tim, who you got your eye on?
I'm gonna roll with AJ Hunsinger.
All right, that's a very good pick. I'm going to pick Jared Murphy, or excuse me, that'd be James Murphy in the 65. That's going to be my pick tonight. But I think anybody that's running on this racetrack has a shot. We've seen close racing already, and I expect nothing different here in this feature race.
Man, look at them. Bump all the way down the backstretch.
2 by 2, James Murphy on the gas. Green flag is in the air for 30 laps at Lucas Oil. Hunsinger was looking to slide up in front of Jared there through 1 and 2, unable to do so. Cox going to look to his outside, and he's there. I think Cox may take third through 1 and 2. Not quite.
Christian White can just roll that bottom a little bit better. He could get by both of them.
Yeah, he's the only one running that low. He's trying to make something happen way down low on the Speedway.
Oh, is he going to get a run right here?
3 wide there for a split second out of turn number 2 with him and Trevor Doyle and AJ Hunsinger. Battle is on for 4th. The top 3 have kind of separated and are just pulling away just a touch. Hunsinger running the outside. Ooh, a little contact right ahead between Jared Murphy and Chris Cox in the 515. That allows the Hunsinger group to catch right back up, and James is starting to slowly pull away. Oh, contact with Trevor Doyle in the 024 and AJ Hunsinger in the 33.
Starting to widen out that track. A couple of the cars in the back got in the flow, went over the edge a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. The track is as wide as we've seen it so far tonight. The Murphy brothers are 1 and 2. Chris Cox is 3rd, AJ Hunsinger 4th, Trevor Doyle in 5th, and the 07 machine of Christian White still working the inside part of the racetrack, trying to claw and dig down low. James Murphy so far has been solid on the top of the racetrack. Led all the laps up to this point. Coming to complete 9 laps. Caution flag is in the air. I believe Aiden Schulte had an issue. Let's go take a look at this real quick. Schulte's running alone towards the tail end of the field. Gets down into turn 1 and 2. The car just... Oh, he hits the tire on the inside. Those tires are very treacherous, and it bounces the car around and brings the yellow flag out.
Looks like he just got in the slick and just let it hang out a little too far.
Yeah.
Right around.
Yes, I think that's exactly what happened to the number 3 machine there. 2 by 2 by 2. James Murphy accelerates. Green flag back in the air, and the Murphy brothers 1 and 2 once more.
Wow, look at Doyle go through.
Yeah, 3 wide there through 1 and 2. Doyle on the bottom part of the racetrack. He's going through. Can he slide up? And he's going to right in front of AJ Hunsinger. And that 33. Cox working the middle part of the racetrack. The 07 of White was looking way down low once more.
Hunsinger's just peeking his nose on Doyle. Cox is looking to complete the pass.
Cox has been working low. He's trying to get just enough to slide in front of Doyle. I almost does right there out of turn 2.
Gonna do it right there. We're gonna have a crossover. Doyle to the inside.
Don't look now, but the 07 machine of Chris White, he's making some ground on the inside as well.
Doyle takes over third. Cox looks to the inside. White's to his inside. Little contact.
Yeah, White's not giving up on the inside. He's still working it. He's almost up to third position there.
Doyle changing his lineup.
Trying to get up there to the back of the number 1, but the 07, he's trying to deal with him all at the same time.
Christian, look, he's just about to clear Doyle.
Tell you, Christian White, that last time around, the Speedway was the fastest car on the racetrack working the inside. There again was the fastest car once more. Don't.
He's going to clear Doyle.
Into third he goes. Sets his sights ahead on Jared Murphy in the 1 machine.
Oh, they're going to be even going down the backstretch.
Christian White on the bottom, working, looking for second out of turn number 4. Not quite there. Murphy moves down the block. That's going to stack him up on the inside. White's going to have to change up his racing line.
I tell you what, everyone watched Christian White go by. They all went down to the bottom just to follow him.
Oh, and
We got a yellow on the track.
Yellow flag comes out. I believe it's Aiden Schulte once more. Let's take a quick look. Down into 1 and 2. Same thing happened. Oh, car got slidey and he hits the tire once more.
Oh.
Oh,
Yikes.
my, that was very close for Robert Floyd and the fellas in the back.
Pace truck is off.
Field's in the hands of James Murphy here. Once more, coming to 10 laps to go in the feature race. Can Christian White make up any more ground on the bottom part of the racetrack? Green flag back in the air. Jared Murphy on the inside, looking low on his brother for the race lead. Oh no!
Hunsinger, it's in there. Is he going to slide on through 4 or 5 wide? No yellow. That changes the whole lineup.
Yeah, that move there through 3 and 4, and the contact that was made changed up the lineup for sure. Chris Cox is now second. Trevor Doyle is third. Thomas Levister is now fourth. Jared's looking to make up a few more spots that he lost on that transition. James Murphy just wants to see these laps continue to tick away. He has about a 4/10 of a second lead over Chris Cox. Trevor Doyle is looking to make a move on the inside of Chris.
James is just managing that lead right now. Jared is under fire from the 0-2 of Robert Floyd and Thomas Levester.
Yeah, the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th is unsettled at the moment on the racetrack. Our top 3 are single filed out, but the battle is on here for 4th. Oh, contact, Hunsinger and Floyd. Hunsinger squeaks by Floyd.
Oh.
Levester is around. Floyd makes contact with him. Caution is out. Go back and take one more look at this. Take a look here. Hunsinger, Floyd, Levester with contact. That takes Levester around, and Floyd was trying to avoid it. Hits the tire, and his car kind of goes sideways. So both cars are going to be able to continue.
Man, I tell you, this is exactly not what the top 3 wanted to see. But at the same time, it helps Doyle because he'll be getting that inside. Actually, no, it'll be single file, correct?
Yeah, inside 10 laps to go here. It's going to be a single file restart.
Let's see who can get the jump on the car ahead.
Can James Murphy hold on for a couple laps? James Murphy back on the gas. Green flag is in the air. He pulls out a little ways. Doyle looking to the inside of Chris Cox for second.
Jared looking to complete a pass on Hunsinger.
One's in the wall and around in the back part of the field. I believe that's Bo Reddy. Green for now. White flag is in the air for James Murphy.
Look at Doyle. Jared.
Oh my, those 3 cars did make contact out of turn 2.
Oh, someone blew up.
Out of turn 4, checkered flag in the air. James Murphy wins tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway. Trevor Doyle comes home in second. Chris Cox is in third. Wow, what a finish, Jared Murphy. I know it shows a dominant performance with the leading all the laps, but a heck of a race through the field. There's our top 3 finishers sitting there on the front straightaway. Before we get a word with our top 3, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the results here tonight. Our race win went to James Murphy in that 65. Position 2, Trevor Doyle in the 024. Chris Cox in the 515 is position 3 on the podium. Jared Murphy's going to come home 4th. AJ Hunsinger 5th. Thomas Levester in 6th. Robert Floyd in 7th. Christian White in 8th. Bo Reddy in 9th. And Aiden Schulte in 10th. Without further ado, let's get a word with our top 3 finishers, starting with our 3rd place finisher, Chris Cox.
That's pushing him.
Hey,
Chris, it's Tyler and Tim in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty, Chris.
Man,
Go ahead, Tim.
you almost had a second place finish. You messed up. I think getting into 1. Anything different you could have done to maybe get by James when you had the shot?
I probably would have had him on that start, but I don't know if what was going on with that restart. It seemed like I was either getting pushed from behind or my car was slowing down. But otherwise, it's just racing. Heck, I messed up that turn 1. I bumped the front stretch wall with these big fat tires, and it just set me down in 1 real bad. And I did everything I could. I just slid through that and just trying to keep it up. Actually hitting one of the Murphs probably actually straightened me out.
Alrighty, Chris. Well, congratulations on that 3rd place finish. And is there anybody that you would like to thank before we let you go this evening?
I'd like to thank LoO Fabrications. I'd like to thank Coughlin Towing Auto Plaza. I'd like to thank TBH Defense, MJC Desktop Fabrications, Chris Cox Gaming. Everybody.
Alrighty, buddy. We appreciate you coming up, getting a word in with us here tonight. We'll let you go celebrate that 3rd place finish.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
You too. All right, that was our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Chris Cox. Our 2nd place finisher tonight is Trevor Doyle. We'll get a word with him. Hey, Trevor, this is Tyler and Tim up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All righty, man. How's it feel bringing home that 2nd place finish? You ran in the top 5, really the top about 3, the whole feature. Tell us how you managed to come home 2nd.
Waiting. I will say that. A whole lot of waiting. I knew I had something for him at some point. I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And then there that little bobble in 1 and 2 with Jared and Christian. That kind of set me back a couple cars, it seemed like. And then there on that last restart where everybody got bunched up, it really helped me.
Right, absolutely. I know Christian White, he had a whale of a run going on the inside. I know we noted it in the booth. When he was making ground on the inside, everybody that was running behind him kind of took note, and it looked like you all were kind of following suit there on the inside.
Yeah, I knew that bottom lane was going to come in and be quicker, but I was just kind of waiting and hanging out and hoping that it would stay up at the top. And then he got by me, and I'm like, oh no, I need to get low.
Absolutely. Tim, do you have anything to ask Trevor?
I think if you had a couple more laps, you would have had anything for James.
Yeah, I think if there was at least 10 more laps, I could have had something for him. I don't know, though, because my tires were starting to wear out. He was running the bottom in 1 and 2 just like I was, but he was running the top in 3 and 4, and I feel like the bottom of 3 and 4 was doing a lot better. Not a lot, but he was doing a little bit better.
All right.
Anyone you'd like to thank?
League of Outlaws, you guys here in the broadcast booth here at Buckeye, AS Photography, people that make my wraps day in and day out when I need them. Yeah.
All righty, Trevor, we appreciate you getting a word in with us. Go celebrate that 2nd place.
Thank you. Thank you guys for doing what you do.
Thank you. All right, that was our 2nd place finisher, Trevor Doyle. Let's get a word with our race winner, James Murphy. Hey, James, this is Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All righty, buddy. Dominant race here tonight, leading all the laps in the feature. Tell us about your race and what it was like seeing everybody trying to get up to you, running behind you.
Out to the early lead right there, and I was pretty committed to the top. And I was talking to my brother. He said the bottom was getting a little bit of a run, so I decided to move down, and I was able to hold on for the lead.
That you did. I know we've seen some drivers definitely moving down to the inside part of the racetrack, making up time, and was curious to see if they got up there to you. But awesome win. Tim, you have anything to ask James?
Man, another one. I don't really have much other than who'd you like to thank?
I want to thank y'all for broadcasting it and leave Outlaws for putting it on and talking dirt.
All righty, buddy. Go celebrate that fantastic win tonight at Lucas Oil. Thanks for getting a word in with us.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
That was our race winner, James Murphy. All right, what a finish here tonight. What a race at Lucas Oil Speedway with the League of Outlaw IMCA style stock cars. Tim and I had a heck of a good time tonight as always. Upcoming on the Buckeye Racing Network tomorrow night, we got a new league. It's going to be 360 winged sprint cars. And the league is the Rigel Promotions Esports Series. And they are racing at Volusia Speedway. And we're going to be live roughly around 9 o'clock tomorrow night. So if you're interested in watching some winged sprint cars on dirt, come out and join us again for that. Tuesday night, we got the Short Track Rivals Racing. IMCA Modifieds at Cedar Lake, I believe it is, on Tuesday night. Be live right around 9 o'clock on Tuesday nights. So schedules got 3 races so far each week going forward. So appreciate everybody tuning in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. For Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. Good night.